Here we go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hotep Jesus YouTube channel. I am Wendy O. I am with my amazing host, Hotep. How are you doing tonight, Hotep?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I just want to say RIP to your doggy. Wendy
Thank
lost her doggy this week. You know what I'm
you.
saying? So RIP to the homie. You gonna get another one?
I have a pit. I have a pit bull and I had a little Havanese, and I do have my dog's name tattooed on my arm.
Okay.
Yeah. Um,
Dope.
so, so the pit bull, we have my husband's brother. I guess she followed one of his brothers home from the bar one night. And so she followed him when she was like a puppy. So she followed him home, and his other brother wanted to keep the dog. So he kept the dog, and he was a little bit wild. So then when he passed, no one knew what to do with the dog. So they gave it to his dad. And then when his dad lost the house in 2008, when we had the housing crisis, I told my husband, I said, we weren't married at the time. We were still living together. I was like, we need to take the dog. He's like, no, I don't want a dog. I was like, no, you're taking the dog. And he's like, no. And I was like, yes, you are. So he was like mad, mad, mad. Like bad. um,
Once again, me and him got to talk.
he was mad, and I was like, no, we're keeping the dog. But that kind of segues into like an interesting topic, because we were talking about my little dog, me and my husband, because he loved her. But when we first got together, because my dog Mick, she came from me and my ex, from that relationship.
uh so
Yeah.
some of that dust still left over.
Well, he didn't care. I mean, but when I first, so he had like issues about it at first, but but he didn't. My husband does not like dogs, does not like animals at all.
Ah.
Does not like animals. But he's like, but you guys were a package deal, so if I wanted you, I had to keep Mick, and I was like, okay. So
Why did he like animals?
he had a bad experience when he had two bad experiences when he was younger.
Uh,
So one experience was when his family moved back from Washington to California. His cat got hit by a car in front of him,
oh.
and then when they lived in Washington, they lived on like a farm, like on land, and they had this dog, and um, this dog went and got into the neighbor's yard and killed a pig.
Oh wow.
And their pigs are expensive, and you're talking about very, they're like farmers. They were poor, so the neighbor said, "This pig's on me, but the next one's on you." And his dad didn't have money, so they had to get rid of the dog. So
Right.
they lost. So he lost like two animals,
Oh,
and
that'll do it.
yeah. So he's just not a he's my husband's a big teddy bear though. Like most of you dudes are. It's like you guys are all hard and all tough on the outside, but when you're with your chick, when you're with your family, you guys melt.
No,
Well,
no comment.
no comment. Oh my goodness. That that segues into a good topic, because what do you do if you first off, are you an animal person?
Yes and no.
What kind of animals do you like?
I like them all. You know, I don't want to maintain them. That's my thing,
Right.
right? Like it's like children. It's like, yeah, I like them. I don't want to keep them though. Like you gotta take them home with you after they visit. And animals are expensive. We were tossing around the idea of getting a pet. Got the kids here. Get a pet, and I'm just like, nah, it's just another person in the house shitting again.
That's true, because they're. I mean, my little dog, she wasn't really expensive, and like I learned how to groom when I volunteered at the animal shelter that's close to us. So I bought the clippers, and I would take care of her myself. But they do eat, and animal bills can cost a lot of money. It can be expensive. Maybe I adopt a cat, but then you have to clean up the cat litter.
Ain't nobody got time to be, and that's the other thing. Like my family ain't cat, and then we don't like cats. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? I might be allergic to cats. I don't know,
you don't know.
or certain types of cats. I don't know. I might be allergic to dogs. I don't know. But yeah, nah, we're not doing cats. Cats are whack.
Really?
They're too independent, and then they're like dependent on their own time. They're
Yeah,
very selfish.
they're cool though. Like cats are cat. I've had cats like prior. Oh, yeah. I've always had animals, but this is the first animal I had to put down on my own. My mom would generally take care of that stuff,
Yeah.
as I've experienced a lot of death, so death doesn't bother me. But when it was like my child. But would you, if let's say your girl came home one day and she brought a dog home without talking to you, what would you do?
Take that motherfucker back. They gotta go back. That's it. It
my
gotta be return policy.
My husband tried to do that with me with the when we got the pit. When I said we're keeping the pit, we also inherited his brothers for like a summer too. We had so many people living in our small house before we bought this house because everybody, it was during 2008 when things were just like crazy and like everybody was losing their jobs. It was insane. So we had my uncle there. We had his two brothers. We had the dog. We had his two sons that stayed with us that summer. And I think my cousin came to live with us shortly after. And we had like a 3 bedroom, 1,000 square foot home.
Uh, wow.
We take all kinds of people in.
I mean, that's how the Hispanic life do it. You know what I mean? Hispanics, yeah, you know they got that joke. It's like 10 of them hop in the car.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas the same way. It'd be 100 cats sleeping in one house. You know what I mean? I
You
know when
gotta
my
take care of
mom's
your
grew up.
people.
My mom's grew up. She grew up the same way. You know, it was like 5 of them in one bedroom. You know what I mean?
But you
Sometimes
know what?
it's hard.
You gotta do what you gotta do for your family. I grew up with there was four of us, including myself, in one bedroom
Yeah.
until I was like
I
16.
mean, you got some cats out here, I think they're Indian. And what they do is they'll come over from India and it'll be like 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll all work at the same gas station. And they'll all share like this 2 bedroom apartment. And then like slowly but surely, like one will move out, then another one will move out. And then like 2 years later, they're all driving Mercedes Benz, right? Because they were able to save up all this money because it's not 8 different people, it's 8 different people saving on this rent, right? But you're not supposed to have 8 people in the apartment.
True.
It's like, that's you breaching the lease. But when the landlord is the Indian dude, that's the homie. So they run a lot of scams out here with that, man. But I
Well,
think that's how it should be, man.
well, my cousin in New York, he works for the safety department or something. My cousin's husband, and he says that there's certain people that what they do is they come over to America, and there's like 20 people living in like literally like a small like I don't even know what, but that's his job is he's got to go in and be like, you can't, it's just not safe. Like, because what they do is they put walls up, they do all kinds of stuff, they make it unsafe, they do all this unpermitted work, and that's his job is to be like, no, you guys, like when they get calls, that's what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it because like when people immigrated over here, like way back when, everybody, there's a whole fuckload of people living in a small space. So I get that, I get it, but
Right.
I don't know. But let's talk about. I want to talk about baby mama drama
Uh-oh.
because everybody's. I don't know about the people in the chat, but I've experienced some baby mama drama, and it's very. It's when you're with somebody that had kids, especially that was married prior. Well, my husband was married prior. So, when you're with somebody that has kids from a previous relationship or was married prior, you got to deal with the ex. And you have to
Uh,
figure out how to make it work because if you don't make it work, it's going to put strain on your guys' relationship. It's going to put strain on your relationship between the kids. It's going to put strain on the child support and all that different type of stuff. So you got to figure out to make it work. The way that I dealt with it, because me and her, we don't see eye to eye on stuff because we're two completely separate people. We don't see eye to eye politically. We don't see eye to eye to how we raise our kids. So I just said, you know what? You deal with it and that's it. I don't want to hear about it. That's how we went about our baby mama drama. Well, except I would see stuff and I would get at him about that. But I want to hear yours, and then I'll tell you a story.
well, I knew my baby mom since we was in high school.
Okay.
So, they got that story of high school sweethearts.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got that situation going on.
Okay.
So, I mean, every type of fight you could think of, we done had it. We done been through it all. And, she got pregnant young. I think I had my daughter. She was pregnant at 20. I think I was 21 when I turned 21 by the time she was born. So woo, I'm happy I'm where I'm at now.
So are you still with your baby mom? Okay.
How that song go? It's cheaper to keep her.
Yep, it is because they're
I
expensive.
mean, emotionally, it's cheaper. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
yes and no. It depends. Like, because if you don't like, because my husband has a similar story to you. Him and his ex-wife, they met. and he got her pregnant within like 2 months. They were like, I think they were like in their 20s, so they had kids really early. And they didn't really know each other. They're like they're two completely different people, like two completely different people. Like it's crazy how different they are. So he stayed with her until she wanted to get rid of him, until she was done. But then she went and she married his one of his friends.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was interesting.
Wait, right after they broke up?
Like a couple years after.
Was he with you then? Or
No. Mm-mm.
wow, so how you find that out?
Well, he didn't. He was. I don't know. I guess I don't really know how it went down, but I guess they had met somewhere, and
Yeah.
because where we live, where we grew up, where he and I grew up, everybody knows it. Everybody knows everybody's drama. Everybody knows everybody's business. Like
Okay.
everybody, it's like kind of small town stuff, but it's not a small town. So everybody knew, and I guess she didn't care, and the dude didn't care.
Mm, mm. This is stuff you write movies about, Netflix specials.
Yeah, it's cool. Like they like when my husband's got a problem, he calls him, not her.
Wait, what?
When my husband has an issue, like something
He
that's going,
calls the homie?
he'll call the homie probably,
Is
depending
that
on.
still his homie?
Yeah, he calls his. Yeah, they're still cool.
I get it. I get it. All right, so he's cool with him. He like, hey yo, such as I get it. I know what that relationship's like.
Yeah, so he calls the homie, but I guess it's I don't know. It's interesting because his parents. Okay, so his parents split up. His mom dated the dad's really good friend they grew up with, and then the dad dated his best friend's ex-wife.
Wow. Uh,
I think just that's how Latinos get down.
I mean, this is what happens when you don't got access to the internet.
True.
It's like you ain't had no choice but to get some ass that's around the corner.
That's true.
That within 5 miles. You kind of, you kind of just had to. You were going for what was local. You didn't want to drive too far.
Mm-hmm.
Social media ever, we flying people out.
What a what a headache though, because then you have to wait to see the person and to, like coordinate things and like what a life. What a headache.
It's good though.
What to wait to see the person?
Nah, because then you get to fly the asses back.
Well, that goes with that goes and I because I have lots of guy friends and the advice that I give them when they're trying to go out and meet girls, I say, especially for the one night stand stuff, I says never let her go home with you. You go to her house.
Uh
And
huh.
the reason why you go to her house is because you can leave when you want, but when you have her come stay with you,
Next thing you know, she lit it
she's there. She knows where you live. She could pop up at any time.
anytime.
So
Woo.
you do not want her to come home with you. You always go to her house.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah, fellas. When you get the fly out, she got the fly out. You got to put her in a hotel room. You can't let her come near the crib. That's definitely a no go. Even the local hoes, the local hoes can't come back to the crib either. It's very, very dangerous.
hmm
Um, you definitely want to keep that away, and don't deal with anybody who has access to your address. Sometimes you're dealing with people, you do business with them, so they get your address off of the contracts and things of that nature and some sorts, and then they start stalking you.
hmm
So yeah,
The best advice I can give you guys that are watching this is get a PO box.
yeah, so
PO
necessary.
Yeah, I do everything. Everything I do is through a PO box. If somebody wants access, to, and I don't even just give it out. It's like very. It's not even. I don't even think. I don't even know what name it's under, but it's under like a separate name, and companies will get that. And then if I have to sign any documents, that address goes there for my LLC. But nothing. Nobody has. I try to really keep a barrier between who has access to me
Yeah,
because people are kind of crazy. What
yeah,
do
people weird.
what advice do you have for somebody that is with somebody that has like a crazy ex, like a baby mama or a baby daddy that's just like out of their mind? Like how do you what advice would you give to somebody that's dealing with that or is interested in getting involved with somebody like that? Because you don't get to pick who you fall in love with.
Well, again, is a certain frame in which you meet people in, and you kind of can't let people outside of that frame. Once they're outside of that frame, they'll keep pushing your boundaries. For example, it's like you're at work with your boss, and you come in, and your boss says, hey Wendy, you look cute today. Oh yeah, thanks, boss. Right? You see our face? Yeah,
Like,
yeah. And then the next day he comes in, and, a week later he goes, I like the way those jeans are fitting, and you laugh. You're like, whoa, wait, right? And then 3 weeks later, he kind of like checks you out, and you still haven't nipped it in the bud. This goes on, and next thing you know, he's grabbing your ass at the Christmas party, at the
oh
company
no.
Christmas party, right? And
Funny,
now you got a Harvey Weinstein type thing.
funny story about that.
Okay.
I worked in infectious disease, HIV/AIDS. Most of my clients were gay, LGBTQ, HIV, whatever the heck, ABCDEFG community. Love them to death. But I was at a Christmas party once with my man. I was wearing a dress, and this gay man comes up to me. He's like, "You want to dance?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's dance." Like, he was gay, very very gay. He had drank too much. So he was grabbing him, we danced a little bit, whatever, and that was it. And then he goes back later, he drank more, he's with his partner, he grabbed me again, and he started like groping me, and my husband was like, he went and he grabbed me because I was like trying to get away, couldn't get away. He's like, "Do you know him?" I go, "No." He's like, I'm putting a barrier now. But it was crazy. I was like, because
Yeah.
this person was like he was like super
He-
gay, and I was like shocked because that had never happened. It was at a company Christmas party.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that shouldn't. The first dance shouldn't have went down. I don't give a fuck what type of male it is. My girl ain't allowed to be around no man, gay or not. I'm the only man in her life. So
Okay.
if we at a party and a gay man like, yo, I want to dance, I'm grabbing my girl like, nah, you're not about to dance with my lady. I'm gonna physically pull her back and let him know, like, nah, fam, it's not going down like that.
Really?
Yeah, no, you're not. Fuck no. You fucking serious? You're a grown ass man, dog. Like, I don't play that shit. They think because they gay, they could just do whatever they want. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
that's why he tested you the first time. Oh, I danced with her. I bet. Next time I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna grab a booty, touchy feely. A lot of these gay men out here, they go both ways. So they like that shit. You know what I mean? So you can't be just, you know what I mean? Like, remember that shit is a fucking sexual deviancy. That's
Mhm.
what that is. So them niggas is deviant, period. So I don't play that shit. Nah, you ain't about to be getting no boners off on my wife cause you trying to pretend like you gay just cause you like a little balls in your hand. You know what I mean? That's just not about to go down. You got me mad right now. I'm so mad, like so angry.
So that happened, and it was like really weird, but whatever. But this brings me to another interesting thing that happened on Twitter the other day.
All right.
So I don't
Hold on,
know.
hold that story. Victor Life 33, appreciate you. You said my drive back from work just became sweet. Y'all too savage. Appreciate you. Tony Smith, he said, what's up with the Wuhan police in New York? They're kicking ass. Yeah, they are. Shout out to Uncle Hotep in the chat. What up? Brody in the chat. What up? All right, so what was the story? What happened?
So was on crypto Twitter,
Oh, God.
and this is, I don't necessarily know if this is about, I don't know. I need to talk about it though because it bothered the fuck out of me.
What
Like,
happened?
made me mad. This Bitcoiner, he's a very well known Bitcoiner in the community.
All right.
Some of these Bitcoiners they're not right. But anyways, he posted a picture of his child's doll, like an action figure.
Uh-huh.
It was talking about the action figure's thighs and butt and made it a very sexual post, and people lost their shit. And I was like appalled to see that stuff. I was just like, really? Like, you're gonna post something like you're gonna post a picture of your child's toy and like on the Hotep's gonna fire me.
Yeah. Yeah, what's wrong with Big? That's why I created the quote, shut up and code. They be doing too much, yo. What is going on over there in Bitcoin Twitter?
You know what? I am not a maximalist because I don't. I like competition. You need in the world, you need competition. People need to create different things. You need to compete, and the reason why you need to compete is because it makes society better as a whole. Because they're just
People
not,
honest.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was like appalled to see this, and I'm thinking to myself, you have little kids in the house, and you're talking about something sexual about this toy. Like who like when I look at my daughter's toys, I am not thinking about anything that is like there's nothing there. It's just they're for kids.
That's why I come inside Bitcoin Twitter. I stay for about a month and I leave, yo. I can't be associated with shit that's weird, yo.
But I saw that I was like, I need to talk about this with Hotep because this is like it was
Let me
really
guess. Let me guess they were Caucasian.
yes.
That's some
Well,
white boy shit. I'm sorry. There's a lot of white boys out there that don't be on that shit, but that's only some white boy shit.
it is on no, it is on some white boy shit because the people like I want to say like serial killers and stuff. Majority of them are white.
Yeah, it's a certain type of white male that do weird shit. Like black males do weird shit, but we do weird shit like dress up like we're Goku. You know what I mean? Like and fucking do Rubik's cubes with our eyes closed. We don't be get doing weird shit like that, bro.
Yeah. Oh my god, I had a thought, but I totally forgot what it was. Oh my god, it was a good thought.
And we play basketball. Like what we follow. We might do anime. We might do RPGs. Shout out to Super Chat, my homie Victor Life. $28. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. No, but it was weird though. I don't know. I think maybe people are going stir crazy, but I honestly think if you're gonna post something like that in general, I think that you have issues and you've probably done weird shit in the
So
past.
so Bitcoin Twitter rained hell down on them.
Yeah, people. Well, there's some people that were like, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal. It was a joke." But to me, it's not a joke. Like, because I could spot that shit. Like when I'm out, because I've been around some weird people. When I'm out, I
You're
can
not gonna tell me who that was?
actually I can't. I have to. I think his was American Hodl or something like that.
I just want to know so I could go block him.
I'll send you his. I'll send you the ad. I saw it because people were going off on him. Like, and it wasn't so much the Bitcoiners. It was more of like the shitcoiners that were mad at him for saying
Yeah.
that. They're like, dude, this is like there's somebody that well known, respected Bitcoiner that's saying like some weird shit. Like if you say that like where I'm like if someone was to say that in front of my husband would beat the shit out of them. Like not even think twice about it. Like
Hodl American. I see it right here.
oh
Got like 4,000 followers.
yeah, he's supposed to be well respected though. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, he about to respect his block. He blocked, no, because people like that touch little boys, yo.
Yeah, they do weird stuff, and I'm not with it. And did you see that lady? Did you see the post about there was some lady at some children's thing? She was on a stripper pole.
Yeah, what's her at? I'm about to block her
I don't
too.
know. I don't know who that was. It was just some. I reposted it because I was like, because I wanted people to know because people are out there calling me a feminist and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not a feminist. I stick up for the girls on crypto Twitter because the boys are mean to us. But I
Yeah.
reposted it and I was like, I'm a woman and a mother, and I don't think this is appropriate. Like, it's not about feminism. That's not an art or whatever. It's just whatever. But back to what you were saying about the white people being weird. I was talking to my homegirl from
But back to what you were saying about white people being weird.
yeah, let's
Yo, you got to watch these sound bites, Wendy.
I don't know if it's okay, but I'm white, so can I say?
Go ahead, yo. Go ahead.
I was talking to my friend from like way back from my Hollywood days, and we were talking about like the incels on Twitter, and she's like, "Did you?" And she's like, I don't know exactly what her background is, but she's like an author for NASA or something. I don't know what she does, but she's super smart. So she's like, I took a master's class, and she's like, just so you know, like the white, like the biggest terrorist group that that the government's concerned about is not like people from the Middle East. It's actually like white nationalists from like the coder incels that are like the biggest terrorists right now on their list. She's like, we learned about it.
The coders?
Yeah, like the code,
White
like,
nationalist coders?
huh?
White nationalist coders?
Yeah, that's what she said. That was the biggest. I couldn't find it. That's what she was saying. She said she learned about it, and they're like the posing the biggest threats with like all the different stuff that they're doing, like weird stuff. And I thought it was kind of interesting. I was like,
That's true. I mean, they're a threat to them. They're not, I wouldn't find them a threat. They're a threat to the establishment.
yeah, well, yeah, I don't know exactly, whatever. But I do have a list because I got some other things I want to talk about. But
Let's do it.
I got a list of Mother's Day gifts for people that are watching
Word.
because this is important. So Mother's Day, you guys, is this Sunday. It's literally like a couple days away. If you haven't gotten, I'm sure most of you guys haven't. There's mostly men watching and that's not a slam against men, but at least my husband, for example, my stepkids, for example, they shop last fucking minute, and you cannot do that. You got to
Yeah.
make sure you've got the right gift for. I don't care if it's your mom, your grandma, your aunt, your stepmom. Don't forget your stepmom,
Yeah.
your baby mama, your side chick, whoever, anybody, in any female in your life that has made a positive impact. But I've got a bunch of gifts that you can get. So my first gift, I'm going to actually show you guys what it looks like, but it's called Bum Bum Cream. And the stuff, it has like a fragrance, they have hair stuff, they have lotion, and they have prices range from like, I think like $15 to like $60.
Could you
And
put it on your ass?
huh?
You put
No.
it on your ass?
Well, you can't. I mean, you can if you want, but
It's
this stuff
bumbo.
actually, it smells amazing, and it's for all different. It's actually for, like, it was a Brazilian company. It's for all different types of people. Like, you don't have to just be white or black or Mexican, whatever. It's for all different types of people. And
It's
like, I have,
$5 an ounce, Wendy.
huh?
It's $5 an ounce. This that white privilege bum cream. They charging $45 for.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Is it?
It's worth it. It smells really good, and I like it. I have it. I bought it. I know all different types of people from all different whatever. So that's it. That's a potential gift you can get. Every woman I know likes it. Another thing, if you got a lot of money and you want to spend, get them something nice. Anything from Gucci is always appreciated.
God damn.
Hold on, I'm going down the list.
Yo. Wendy said, yo, I'm only dealing with the luxury.
Oh, no. I'm not done. I got more. There's another brand you can get it at Nordstrom, but she makes like wallets and leather goods, but they're more affordable. It's like $100 to $400 per piece, and that's a little bit more affordable. You can even get that stuff at Nordstrom Rack too.
Nordstrom. Yeah.
Oh, hey, you know what?
What else is on this list? Because right
Okay,
now,
I've
it's,
got I've got flowers. Flowers are very important. I'm not done. I got more.
I think this makes a really great basket. You figure you start off with the bum cream, and what's the second thing you said?
I said Gucci or Rebecca Minkoff, which is leather goods.
So some Gucci, you could throw like a Gucci wallet in there, something or a Gucci belt. You could wrap the Gucci belt around
Hmm.
the bum cream.
The Bum Bum Cream is get some for your girl. Get some for your girl. She's going to be very happy. She's going to be very pleased, and you're going to be very pleased as well.
All right, so we up to $200 so far. Keep going.
Okay, so now we have gift. Any type of gift cards are great. Those are always great because you can get what you want. Or I like envelopes with cash in them. That works as well too. Or if you don't want to deal with it, you just give them your credit card and let them buy whatever. But I
Uh-huh.
got more. I'm going down the list of more stuff.
The Gucci belt is about $460.
Yeah, so that's just, there's different types of people that want to spend different types of things. So I'm giving options. Also, too, there's different trying to help everybody. Okay, there's
All right.
there's there's subscription boxes like beauty boxes, like Boxy Charm and Fit Fab Fun and like Ips
Yeah.
and Birchbox. Those start at like $10 a month, and they have special packages where you can buy like 3 months at a time or 6 months at a time, and that's like $30. And
Okay.
women, we like samples. We like to try new types of makeup, and I think that that's a good gift because even if you don't listen to her, which most men don't listen to their girls, which that's fine, you can pretend like you listen because you're like, oh, well, I heard you liked Mac or I heard you like this product, so I wanted to get you something to where you can sample stuff. So that is more affordable. It's a good option.
Okay.
If you don't have money, you have no money, then that's okay. You don't need money. You can do nice things. You can clean the house. You can do breakfast in bed. You can do foot massages. My favorite thing when me and my husband were broke, my favorite thing that I would always ask him for, and I still ask him to this day, is he actually used to write poetry, like very dark poetry when he was a hot mess. But I have
Yeah.
him write me stuff, and I have every single thing he's written me.
Oh,
And
that's special.
to me that means more to me than something, because I'm always like, babe, can you write me something? He's like, well, just I'm going to give you money. I was like, no, I want you to write me something. So I have him do that, and one of the reasons why I have him do that is because I'm making a book for my daughter so that she can see like how, like, that romance factor to it, so that she can that's what she wants in a man later on, she can demand that later on, you know? Because
Right.
I think it's sweet. Like back in the day, people used to do that. Like even if you write something sweet to your mom or like a special woman in your life, and you take it's more like I forget the gentleman that talked about effort,
Yeah.
choices and effort in the one of the first episodes we did. But as you
Yeah.
put effort into something, they notice. They notice. And then I got one oh also too. I actually bought this necklace. It was like $20. It's some kind of like it's like a stone for like protection, but you can get like custom jewelry. If you go on Instagram and you type in like jewelry or whatever, it'll pop up a bunch of like shops, and you can get like go on Etsy. You can buy like custom jewelry for like $20. So
Brody McFarland just said, "What the hell, Wendy? Thanks for the super chat, Brody. Yeah, she got me. I got y'all, fellas. Don't worry. I'm gonna rescue. I'm gonna rescue this. What else you got on that list, Wendy?
um I think that's it. I think that's pretty good.
Who's
You
that for? That's for your mom?
huh?
Is
No,
that
my
for mom?
oh
Is
my
that for like? Is that for mom, or is that are these gifts for like the lady that's a mom, like your wife that's a mom?
Any of them. Any of them. It depends
Okay.
what they like. I gave lots of different options, but my mom, forget it. My mom is so picky. My mom's the type of woman that you get that she has to give you a list and be
Right.
like, "This is what I want." And she's so picky. Like today, I says, "Mom, what do you want for Mother's Day?" She's like, "Maybe get me like a gift card to the grocery store." I was like, how about I get you like a butcher box or something like that? 'Cause she likes to cook, so I might
Yeah.
be doing that. But that's what I think. Those are things I like. But my favorite one is the bum bum cream, and I shill that stuff so hard on Twitter all the time, just because it's like everyone that I've gifted it to, they've been very happy. And when I posted it, it was so funny on the thread because I've got mostly dudes that follow me. Almost every single chick that follows me is like, "Oh my god, I love that stuff! I love that stuff! I love that stuff!" There's like 40 women that commented.
Yeah. $40 for 8 ounces. $45 for 8 ounces of bum bum cream. You know. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You know how we doing the Hotep community. We gonna rock with the shea butter. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? We gonna rock with the shea butter. This is what we getting our girls for Christmas for Mother's Day, fellas. Y'all ready? Kitchen appliances, new
Mm-hmm.
iron, a mitt. Um, but always keep it simple. Classic flowers, a bouquet of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Always wins. Always wins a classic bouquet of flowers. We not getting our females no Gucci because she gonna wear that shit outside and think she's somebody. We don't need women getting big heads. No. If anything, we gonna buy her a big old bed sheet and wrap her ass up like the goddamn hijabis in Iran. That's what I might get your ass. You don't need no goddamn Gucci belt. What you need is a new dishwasher. What you need is some new pots and pans. What you need is an air fryer. That's what we getting out, ladies. Now for mom Dukes, we definitely going cash. We definitely going gift cards for massage therapy, um
Mm-hmm.
shit like that. You know what I mean? Those
Get
is
mom bum
classic.
bum
Those
cream.
is universal.
Get mom bum bum cream. She'll love it.
Get mom bum bum cream. Lord have mercy. You must be a fit tummy tea ambassador for the bum bum cream.
They need to be paying me because I don't know.
You about to reach out right now. I'm about to email and tell you, yo, y'all gotta say crypto Wendy. So
I love it though. It works. I don't know. It's or also too considering what's going on economically. If there's a small business that's near you, you can. There's this place and it's called. They do. I'm not going to say what it's called because it's very close to me. But they do cupcakes, and it's actually a pretty interesting story that they have. It was an entrepreneur, two women, and the women. It was actually a lady that married this dude and the ex-wife. They started a business together
oh, oh
making
that's fun.
cupcakes, and it
That's
was
cool.
they got along for the kids and everything. But they're doing some sort of box to where it's like $120, and you can go ahead and it comes with all different types of stuff for mom. But they do custom cupcakes and custom cakes and bagels and all types of stuff. So if there's a small business near you guys, maybe go ahead and pick something up for mom or baby mom that's
Yeah,
near you.
yeah. I hate to keep shooting these down, Wendy. We're not getting our ladies no cake because we don't want to get fat. It better be low fat cupcakes. My lady gotta watch her figure. She ain't allowed to eat desserts.
Your lady's about to put your ass on the couch.
She gonna put me on the couch.
Funny story. My husband will not sleep on the couch.
Really?
He won't sleep on the couch because his ex used to put him on the couch. So if I we get in a fight, I have to go sleep on the couch.
Yes, yes, that's another win. Let's go. Let's go. That's a win in the men's column. Yes, ladies are sleeping on the couch. There it
I've
is.
I've slept on the couch and on the floor many times, and I next day I whooped his ass.
Heather Collins said she got a Dyson vacuum last year. Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
those
Dyson
are,
vacuums are wonderful.
they're expensive.
So is this Gucci belt, Wendy. See what
So
I'm saying? We
you know
not
what?
buying our wives Gucci belts. We buying them vacuum, state of the art vacuum cleaners.
So if you can't afford a Dyson, there's something called a Shark. They're actually just as good as Dysons because I've had both. And Sharks are actually more they're lightweight and they're like a third of the price. So you can get that too. And where I live, we got a lot of outlet stores like ghetto outlet stores. So you can get a lot of stuff like that was returned from Costco, like for like whatever. I think I paid $30 for my Shark from there.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Shark. We gonna remember that. I'm gonna test. I'm gonna buy one of those just to test it out from my other house.
Okay.
My other house.
Your other house.
My other house.
What's the other house?
You got to keep two homes when you live in America.
Okay. You want to tell us about that?
I mean, it's end times, isn't there, man? You need a place to fall out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep the shark vacuum in a fallout shelter, in a
Okay.
fallout home.
All right. So you have posted, and I'm going to get to MFK soon, but you have posted something on Twitter. I forgot what it was in reference to, but all I saw was the word eating ass.
Oh, that was Alice Jones.
Okay, Alex Jones, and I commented, and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but we're talking about eating ass.
The eating ass segment of the show. Lord have mercy. This is I feel like I'm back on Black Twitter now. All right, let's talk about eating ass,
All
yo.
right.
Where are we going with this?
So some people are into that.
Okay.
So what happens? Let's say you go home. Let's just say hypothetically. Let's say you meet somebody, you go home with them, and they're like, you're doing your thing, whatever, and they're like, "Eat my ass."
Wait, what?
Let's say you go home with somebody,
Yeah.
and at it, like you don't know the person.
How long I been with? I just met this
You
person.
just met the person. You're at the club.
I
You
picked
guys.
her up at the club.
Let's say you picked him up at the club.
Her booty is sweaty as hell if we just left the club.
Well, let's say you've been out all night. You bring her home,
Mhm.
and she says, "Eat my ass." What do you?
That's what she said.
What else if she tells you that? What you gonna do?
How bad is she? Are we talking about like a 10, a 9, a 8, a 7?
I don't
The
know.
rules change depending on who it is.
Does it? Do they?
I mean, if it's Stacy Dash, you know what I'm saying? I gotta hold it down for the homies, you know what I'm saying? For the 80s, you know what I'm saying? For little me that had the crush, you know what I'm saying? We gotta hold it down. Now one of these little jigaboos out here, you know what I mean? I might, I would see. We always have to think about the ROI, right? It's like
Okay.
what's the ROI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I take a selfie in bed with Stacey Dash, that's a lot of social tokens I would earn with that.
That's different.
Right. So yeah, I might have to, part the seas.
Right.
Um,
That's clout.
some
That would be clout, though. That would be doing it for clout.
no, because I might. No, it's not exactly. Okay, probably yes, it's for clout.
Okay.
But because she, well, yes, it's for clout.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
A jigaboo from the club you don't know. Nah, I might have to watch her wash her ass. We just left the club. Yeah, nah, you sweaty. Like, first of all, you know what I mean? I'm a king, so you gonna be blessing me. You know what I mean? And I don't care how bad you is. If we just left the club, I ain't putting my mouth on you.
Okay. Okay. See, in the rock community, it's a little different
In
because
the what community?
the music, well, the rock community, like
Oh,
Hollywood, it's different because you're dealing with dudes that don't shower.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I guess it's the same thing because if you go home with a specific person from a specific band or from a specific like whatever,
Yeah.
you're gonna give extras. But if it's just some random person, you don't want to do extras.
Nah, she might have to go home with that shit.
Yeah, no.
You know, she getting what Biggie said. You know what I mean? Hard meat and bubble gum. You know what I mean? That's about all you get, mama. That's all I got. But then you also have to factor in alcohol, right?
True.
Alcohol always be changing stuff. You wake up in the morning and be like, damn, how'd I even get here? You know, like those type of nights, you never know what could happen.
You know what? Me, when I was single, I would always go home. I never wanted to spend the night ever.
No, I've passed out.
I never drank that much for it. Well, I did, but I would never want to stay with them because it was always just that wasn't
Really?
interested. Yeah, I would be like, no, I would always like when I would go home with somebody, I made sure that I went to their house and I would leave.
Wow.
I would just I
See,
would
that's a situation where you see, some dudes think they fucked a chick, but really she fucked him.
mm-hmm.
And I think that's those type of situations. You know what I mean? Um, I've been in a few of those situations. You know, those are always awkward. You're like, wait, what just happened here? You know, like I think I just got used. Oh my god, I feel like a whore.
Well, women we're the apex predator, like you say, and
Yep.
we have wants and we have needs, and some women they just want to go out and they want to get off, and that's what they do, and they're not interested. And dudes do the same shit too.
I not me, not me. So I'm just gonna make sure we just exclude me from what dudes
That's
do.
that's fine.
Dudes don't operate like that. You know, every female I've met with, I've required a resume from.
Okay,
You know what I mean? I just wasn't eating ass.
okay.
I mean, I was a germaphobe before the coronavirus.
I want to talk. From what I've heard, never mind.
Uh-uh.
Okay, that's a separate topic. So I want to talk about the term body count because I hate that fucking term. It irritates me because I feel like the dudes that are using that term, they don't have a body count ever. They've never had a body count.
Well, why you don't like it?
I just don't like it. I feel like it sounds like cringy.
A key that opens many locks
What the
is a
body?
master key.
Okay,
But a lock that can be opened with any key is useless.
okay. Elaborate.
Ain't nothing to elaborate on. That's just a woman ain't supposed to be sleeping around.
But dudes can sleep around.
Correct.
Okay, why?
What do you mean why? Because that's the way God made us.
Okay, I disagree with you, but
It's
we
nature. Watch this. Can you get pregnant twice at the same time?
no.
Bingo. While you pregnant, I could go knock up somebody else. I could knock up 20 women.
Yeah, but you're not gonna have any teeth when you're done.
Allegedly. I could have my other baby mama knock you out, my new one.
I'm not the one. I'm not the one.
I could have two and have them jump you, right?
I bring it.
Wendy's want all the smoke.
Bring it because let me tell you, I've been in some interesting situations that my husband he can vouch for.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
He don't want to he don't try me. His baby mama didn't try me. His ex-girlfriends, they tried to try me, that didn't work out too well.
But naturally, while you're pregnant, we can inseminate another egg.
That's true, you can.
That's what we're designed to do.
And you know what that's called?
What's that called?
It's called being a hoe.
Potentially.
Unless you're trying to procreate for your farm, that's being a hoe.
Here's the thing. It's very important for the man to leave a legacy,
True.
right?
Well, go ahead. I got something to say.
The only way to leave a legacy is to have many kids. That's the only way to ensure you'll have a great legacy is to have many kids. And you have to have many wives. Or many eggs, I should say. Let's say many eggs,
Okay.
right? And we need to manufacture these babies and we need people to raise them, women to raise them. That's just how it is. Now, you're a whore if you're going out and you can't afford your sexual appetite.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whore. A whore can't afford their sexual appetite. That's what makes them a whore. Now, if you can afford your sexual appetite, you're no longer a whore.
But is that for does that go for women too, or just for men?
No, not for women.
Okay. I
Double standard. Bang! I just threw that on you like that.
I agree to disagree on that one because I think that it's okay if a woman wants to go out and do her thing, then I think that's fine. I think she can. I don't see anything wrong with that.
No, she cannot.
I think it's fine. I mean,
A woman can go out and be sexually promiscuous and have as many partners as she wants.
mhm.
Disallowed.
So when you're talking about having the kids carry on the legacy, my father-in-law, which is he's super old school, but he likes to party a lot.
Yeah.
And he's coming back to come live with me. This is his room. This will be his room again. He and
Oh,
I have got some things to discuss when he comes back. But he likes to drink, and he likes to tell my husband because we have the little girl. And he goes, "Thank you so much for giving me." And he tells me, thank you so much for giving me for this little girl. I wanted her my whole life. He had 4 boys, and he says the mitochondria is the thing that passes down the lineage.
yeah, but you need to have more than one for that mitochondrial DNA to ensure its survival rate, ensure that it survives. Because if that child gets taken off the face of the earth by one of these communists, mitochondrial DNA gone.
That's true. But that was something. It was kind of bizarre when he had first said that to me because he's just not. He's like I'm a man and I'm like that's just how he is. Like he is a type to where if I cook dinner, if I don't bring him a plate, he won't eat.
Yeah, that's not about right. You got to bring the food. Like, how I'm gonna eat if nobody bring it to me? When you got the dog, do you make the dog go get his food? No, you got to put it in his bowl.
Well, the dog cannot. The dog cannot take the food out himself.
The dog cannot bark when danger come too.
They do. Well, actually, my dog my pit bull is she'll make friends with the mailman. She's not very good at she's not good at protecting. God bless her. Let's
Here's the
play.
thing. Here's
Go
the
ahead.
thing.
Go ahead. I want to hear this one.
Here's the thing. When we talk about what people can and cannot do with their own lives, we have to separate micro versus macro. What
Okay.
the individual can do is what the individual can do. Now, how that affects the whole is a whole nother story. Now, when you have a whole society where women run around, it kind of devalues the value of pussy. We
True.
talked about this last week on the show. Baked Alaska, he wanted to bring down the value of the PUSSY because of OnlyFans, so on and so forth. When the JJ is given away too freely, a woman doesn't exactly get what she's worth or
That's
get
true.
get a fair exchange. Now, understand that you have some more of the masculine female types who will, like I said, they're the dominant one. They're the ones that seeking out the sexual intercourse with the male, and instead of vice versa, and they need their uh, sexual appetite satisfied. I understand that, but I'm here to say no. Control yourself, woman.
Well, what about okay, so this is in today's society, you go out on a date, dudes are wanting pussy. And if you don't give it to them, they're not going to call you back.
Good. Means that's one man you should not be with.
Okay. I can get behind that.
That's how you end up getting cheated on.
I can get behind that.
You just devalue pussy. Can't devalue the pussy.
I agree. I agree with that. That makes sense to me because the way I present myself on social media, you don't see me you'll see me from like here up. I don't posting anything really sexual. Sometimes I'll joke in mentions with people, but people know they know what my status is and whatnot, and it's nothing like too much. But I'm not out there like flaunting and like doing whatever. On my Instagram. Instagram is it's for pictures and fun stuff, but you won't even see me in like a bikini with my daughter on my public social media because I'm not trying to present that image to myself to where I want people to devalue me. I want people to respect me and to respect my intelligence and say, okay, she works hard, so she's doing, this, da, 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 da.
Halle Berry's in this movie called Swordfish,
Okay.
and she was paid. I want to say it was $500,000. Yeah, they wanted her to go topless. And they paid her an extra $500,000, $250,000 per breast
Oh,
for her to go topless at the time. It was a lot of money at the time. Halle Berry.
okay.
Now, had she been previously exposed, she doesn't get that $500,000. What the fuck?
That's
I'm
interesting.
back. All right. Yeah, she doesn't get that $500,000. So today, when women are giving it away for free, you could have got something in exchange for it. You could have got, your appetite satisfied and a new car.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You could have got some Red Lobster.
Don't take mom to Red Lobster. Well, unless that's mom's favorite. Don't take your girl to Red Lobster. Don't take your baby mama to Red Lobster, please.
Yeah, definitely don't take it to Red Lobster. That's gonna
Don't,
be
don't,
awesome.
don't. Um, we're cutting short on time. I want to play MFK before we, because this is my favorite part of the show. It's funny.
Oh,
You want to go first, or should I go first?
all right, let me give you yours.
Oh God, that's my favorite part. Okay,
Um, Justin Bieber,
okay.
Elon Musk.
Ooh, okay.
Oh fuck, who was my third? Oh shit. Um, fuck. Wow, it slipped my mind just like that. It was Justin Bieber, Elon Musk, and Alex Jones. My bad. Thank you. Fuck, Alex Jones.
Okay. Ah, man. All right. All right. So, all right. So I would have to kill off Alex. Even as much as I would love to go on a date with him just to kind of talk to pick his brain, that would be
Yeah.
awesome. I would have to kill Alex. I would marry Alon because I feel like he would be a good companion because he's a little nutty and he's super smart. And then I would F Justin because he's a fuck boy. That's probably all he's good for.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
All right. I'm gonna be a dog for you on this one because I was gonna give you a softball, but I'm not gonna do that because you got me
Okay.
last time. So I got three for you that are I got Oprah,
Oh,
I got
kill.
I got Ellen DeGeneres,
All right.
and I got Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Ooh. Yeah, you did me dirty this time.
I was gonna give you Stacy, but you got me last time, so I had to get you
Ah,
this time.
Stacy. Oh, I love Stacy. Um, kill me. Kill Rosie.
Okay, she crazy.
Um, marry Oprah because she rich and I get to join the Illuminati. And I'm banging Ellen because she a white woman.
Okay, it's gonna be real awkward. There's probably gonna be a sheet like the Hasidics do between you guys.
She probably got some good pussy. That shit probably tightest. Let me stop. I'm just
Well,
saying it ain't being used, so it's probably like brand new.
you don't know that. What happens if she's the bottom?
She's a top.
What happens if she wants? You don't know.
Her girlfriend is definitely a bottom.
You don't know.
Her girl, I'm trying to tell you, I can look at it and tell. That's why you try to ruin my dream. You try-
So never mind. All right. So I had a question from somebody like a couple weeks ago, but I forgot, but I have it in front of me. So let's talk about this.
Uh,
He said, could you guys talk about how and why being a nihilist, negative person affects one's life and whether one should change his mindset to conform to society standards?
all right.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one because it's like two parts.
I think we should just take those people. You ever seen 300?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that pit when the messenger came and he kicked that dude into that pit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where they belong.
Okay.
Alternatively, what we do is we turn. There's I found a business purpose for these people, right?
For what? Which type of people? Like negative people?
Yeah, these negative people, right? I might not be answering the question, but follow me. Sometimes you get an MVP, your prototype product, and you need somebody to bash it. What you do is you take a bunch of these type of people, you present them the idea like it's something great, and then you let them bash it, and then you take everything that they tell you and turn it into sales points. So they're
That
really good for that.
that's good. But I think relationship wise, I feel like if a person is, but there. This is the thing though, because
They're in a relationship with a negative person.
well, this is the thing about being like talking, being a negative person. Like no one wants to hear that shit, which is fine. But what happens if somebody is like struggling with something and they want to talk about and they want to get it off their chest? But generally, a lot of people will run the opposite way if you're negative, which I
Mm.
get because no one wants to hear that stuff. But at the same time, too, what happens if somebody like because it's like when you ask somebody, "Oh, how are you doing today?" and like inside they're like, "I've had the fucking worst day of my life,"
Yeah.
and they just want to tell somebody, but they know, okay, if I tell them that I had a really bad day and they say everything that went bad, the other person's just gonna like run away. So that like I always think about that sometimes because like sometimes when I have a bad day and someone asks me how's your day, I'm like that all these things happen, but it's like then I stop myself. I'm like that's not the way you get what you want. That's not the way you build a relationship.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have your address, ghost them. It's that simple. They don't deserve to have a place in your life. I think if you've communicated to this person and said, "Hey, look, motherfucker, you use a negative ass motherfucker. This shit bringing me down. Fix it, or I'm out." Right?
But what happens if they need somebody to talk to and like they just feel they could talk to you about like a specific incident? Like what happens if somebody's like just tell it like pours their heart out. I was like, hey, this is what happened. Like I'm struggling right now. Like blah blah blah. How do you separate that? I guess.
So you're with somebody, right? And they struggling, they going through some shit, and but they're still being negative about everything else in life.
No, what happens if they're just negative about one thing but not the rest of stuff?
Oh, they're just negative about the one thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the one thing?
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying in general because like I've been having issues right now with school and like I've just been a hot mess. So I'm like I bitch at my husband about that and I've been like just upset and but I'm not negative about other stuff, but just about that. And like sometimes I catch myself,
What
I'm like, oh shit, should I not be negative about it? But then I'm like, that's my
negative about what? I still don't get it.
no, but like what happens if you're like, okay, well, like fuck this professor and fuck this and this happened and this my classmate did this, like all these things regarding
Yeah.
let's just say regarding school, you're just upset about that situation.
Right.
So you want to vent about it, but
Right.
you're not negative about other stuff. You're like, you're
Oh,
happy.
you want to vent to hubby.
Yeah, or yeah, or a friend or something.
Oh yeah, I go through that shit every day.
Okay.
I get the download from the lady. She tells about her day and who did this and who did what. Yeah, the daily download.
Okay.
Yeah, you just kind of just sit there and listen and just go, "Oh, really? Ah, no way. What? That's crazy." Let them just vent and get it off their chest. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Sometimes you need to cuss people out in private.
Mm-hmm.
I
That
wouldn't
makes
call
me
that
that
nihilist though.
that makes me feel. I don't even. I've heard that term nihilist, but I always kind of get it. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know what the term means. Um,
I'm gonna look it up.
it's
I'm curious.
relentless negativity or cynicism, suggesting an absence of values or beliefs. Um, so to the is the point of view that suspends belief in any or all general aspects of human life, which are culturally accepted. Most commonly, yeah, some people would kind of describe me as this because I'm so skeptical about so much shit, but that's just because I'm smarter than them. Um,
I don't think you're a nihilist though, because when I read that definition, to me it sounded like somebody that was negative about everything. But
yeah,
but when you're asking questions about something and you're
yeah,
like, okay, you're playing devil's advocate, because I do that on my show. It's like when I talk about something, I talk about the pros and I talk about the cons, because I think it's important to address both sides. So I don't get that you're not to me. I don't think you're a negative person.
yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you speak to somebody like I have this one person in my life who they'll call me up, and I know they just want to listen because they'll say, "Oh, I just haven't been feeling well." I'm like, "You quit cigarettes yet? Nah. You still drinking Red Bull?" "Yeah, I drink about 6 a day." "Oh, you gonna cut back on that? You gonna try and add some fruits to your life?" Like, and then there's always like an excuse, like no matter like what type of you say, "Hey, have you tried investing your money?" There's always an excuse why they can't do something.
Hmm.
Like those type of people, I kind of stay with. I kind of look at them like that, but I don't think that's a nihilist. I think nihilist is more like those people who, no matter what you bring up, they find something negative to say. You know,
That's my aunt. So I used to be negative about everything 24/7, always. And I wasn't aware that I was like that. And the reason why I was like that, because I hung around my aunt a lot. God bless her. She's a very intelligent woman, like brilliant, but she got caught up in her childhood. She got caught up with the man that her ex-husband, and just everything is negative. Like, not like you talk to her,
yeah,
every fucking thing is like terrible. And I it's frustrating to me, because I like when I realized I did that, when I was being like that, it was right before I had my daughter. I was like, because I was, I deal with like chronic anxiety and depression from the loss of my father, from the trauma and some of the traumatic things I experienced. So I didn't realize that I was being like that. I was being a terrible person. So
yeah,
right before I had my daughter, because I knew I wanted to get pregnant, I told my husband, I'm going to change my life. I'm going to get off all my antidepressants. I'm going to change the way I look at things. No matter what happens, I'm always going to find a silver lining. Like, yes, obviously there's going to be things that are going to be bad and negative, and that's fine, but I'm going to focus on the positive about that. So I changed my life, and the reason why I changed is because I did not want to be stressed out when I was pregnant. I didn't want to like give this makes and this might not make sense. I didn't want to give that energy to the baby. I didn't want to create life out of stress and anguish and anger and all that stuff. So I pretty much let things go.
right,
And then as a mother, and I carried that into me being a mother, and I realized I can't be negative in front, too negative in front of my daughter. Obviously, there's things I need to talk to her about, but I don't want to be this negative person in front of her, because I grew up around that stuff and that had a bad impact on me. I want to be positive. I want to teach her to be positive and teach her to be strong. And I think the strongest people are able to take the bad and turn it into good and turn it into gold.
yeah, absolutely. Um, Miss Rhodes in the chat said, "Nihilism is extreme skepticism, maintaining that nothing in the world has a real existence, almost like life is meaningless, and they reject morals and religions." I can understand how some people fall into that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes I feel like that's a phase where it's like a decay of the ego, and they're like on the other side they actually find some enlightenment. It's sort of like the dissolution phase in in alchemy. But I don't know. I think it's a really whack way to live life, though.
I think so too. I spent a lot of time being just negative about stuff, and I feel like people that are like that, I feel like they don't have any idea that they're being like that.
Yeah, yeah. Some of them, yeah, I could definitely see that. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, I think some people choose that because it's easier to deal with for
It's
them.
very easy to pretend that everything is shit instead of being strong, because to be strong and to pull yourself out of a dark time. It's hard. It's not easy. There's because you have to deal with things. You have to deal with some of your past, and you have to deal with some of the things in the future, and you have to kind of reconfigure your life and reconfigure your brain, and it's not an easy thing to do. So I always applaud people, especially people that are struggling with addiction, because it's is it to me it is a disease, and it's an issue with the brain. And I think that people that are able to say, hey, I'm addicted to this, or I'm doing this too much, they realize it and they decide to make that change and stop doing whatever it is, whether it's porn, whether it's sex, whether it's alcohol or drugs, or being negative or eating too much. When if they can admit, I have a problem, I got to do something about it, and then figure out how to change it, I always have mad respect for them. Like,
Yeah,
always is, doesn't generally, there are some stipulations, but like 99.9% of people that are able to change like change who they were and become a better person today, I've got like mad love and respect for.
that's my argument for women who crave sex outside of marriage that want to run around and do that. That's my argument. It's just like, well, you'd be a better person if you were able to discipline yourself and channel that energy into some other avenue. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like discipline is when you can say no to your vices, your detrimental vices, the vices that don't feed your soul. When you succumb to the desires of the physical body, is to be the opposite of God. So you strengthen the body, you strengthen the mind, you strengthen the connection between the mind and the soul or spirit or cosmic consciousness or God. You can strengthen that connection. So the body does matter, but sometimes you gotta say no to crack, yo.
Well, first,
Kristen, thank you. Appreciate the super chat.
that's how you're trying to end the show, is say no to crack, guys.
Say no to crack. You know what I mean? And that goes for the ass eating contest too. Ass eating question too. Just say no to crack.
Some people like that though.
I know. I mean, for that's good. That's good for them. Like if you like a little bit of chocolate pudding on your tongue, what I mean, make it happen. But for my real G's out there, yo, say no to crack.
Yeah, I mean, can't you get like sick, or isn't there something that happens, or I don't know.
You could get the COVID.
Not from eating ass.
That's where it come from, yeah. COVID come from eating ass.
So one of my buddies, he's super intelligent. He's in the crypto space. He's not a Bitcoin maximalist. He's like 100%. You actually should get him on and talk to him. But he's like 100% against everything that's going on, and he like breaks it down and gives arguments. But he was saying, because I did a live stream with them over the weekend, they were saying that COVID's been around for 50 years.
Yeah. Yeah, she ain't going nowhere. Next time you go to the club, you see that fine girl, just remember she got COVID in her ass. So say no to crack. If I woman at the club got COVID in the crack.
Well, I remember last episode I had talked about where to meet somebody, or maybe it was the one before that. I actually thought about it. When gyms open back up, go to the gym and meet someone at the gym.
Can't hit on women at the gym.
People do it all the time. I actually haven't been to a gym since the last
Women
time I.
can, women can hit on men at the gym. A man cannot hit on a woman at the gym.
You know what? Wouldn't feel, if I was single, I wouldn't feel comfortable going up to a man and hitting on him.
Nah, women don't hit on you. They just walk up to you and say, "Can you pass me that?" And they bend over and pick up the barbells at the lower rack in front of you. They do shit like that. You know what I mean? Look at you in the mirror. You know what I mean? But you got to read the signs before you approach. That's why I said you got to be careful what you tell men, right? Because some men can go in the gym and pick up women, right? But you
Right.
can't give the green light to all men because you're going to send the creeps in there, right? They're
Well,
gonna be
but
like, oh, look at
well,
her
let me.
leggings.
This is the thing though. Don't be a fucking perv.
That's
Don't
what's
make.
going to happen.
But you know, but you okay. That's the thing though, because there's good dudes out there. There's normal dudes out there that they need to go meet women. They're good guys. They're single. They've got good things going for them, and they deserve to have their queen, and they deserve to find a queen. So where, if they're
What
into.
about what about the women that say, "Yo, I feel unsexy at the gym because I'm sweating. Like I'm there to work out. I'm not there to date. Like why would you hit on me? Like I look ugly. You know what I mean? Like I'm just here to work out." Some women don't like to be hit on at the gym.
Well, you don't have to hit on them. You can just make small conversation and see how that works.
Small conversation. See, that's another thing, man. Don't be interrupting my workout.
But it's not when they're working out. Like obviously, like when I'm outside training boxing, don't talk to me. Like don't talk to me.
Right.
But if they're going to get water or you see that they're ready to leave, something like that, like you can make conversation with them then. There's not a problem with that. I wouldn't feel if I was single and I was in the gym and I was interested in meeting somebody, I I would, and I even suggested to my mom because my mom got her gym pass, but she can't go
Yeah.
because of COVID. But she got a gym pass because she's over 65, so she's all excited about the gym pass. I was like, you need to go meet a gym friend, mom. And I told her, I says, go to the gym, maybe you'll meet someone.
You're gonna have somebody with Joe Biden hanging over their neck.
Oh wait, my mom will tell, like if a guy comes up, I don't remember, I don't know if I told you this story. I was at a crypto event with my mom. My mom is very good looking. My mom she has a very very nice figure. Like she's super tiny waist and a really big behind, like
Oh yeah,
for a white
got
woman.
a
Yeah,
social media account.
no,
She need to sound like she need an Instagram and an
no, but
OnlyFans.
my mom has is a phenomenal derriere, like phenomenal. Always has like super, like men love her behind. So some crypto dude comes and sees an older gentleman come sit with us. He goes, "Can I sit with you?" And I says, "Yeah, that's fine, whatever." We're at an event. It was her birthday, and he's talking to us. He's a little bit awkward, and I was like, that's normal, typical, crypto people. And he's like, are you guys daughters or like sisters? I was like, no, that's my mom, whatever. And he goes, you want to know, can I tell you something? I go, yeah, sure, whatever. My mom's sitting there, and my mom is very prim and proper. Like, even though we're poor, she's very has that bougie attitude to her, like very like this. He goes, I just want to let you guys know that I'm not a virgin and I can prove it to you. And my mom was like shocked, like, because a man has never said something like that to her. And he goes, and I was like, okay. And he goes, look, here's a picture of my kids to show you I'm not a virgin. And my mom was appalled. She just was like, her eyes got big, and she was just like I understand, like he thought that she was attractive. My mom is a very attractive woman, but the fact that someone similar in her age that was like 50 and above said that, I was just like, what?
You got any good news from the Bitcoin community?
not not this episode, maybe.
God damn. Where's these weirdos coming from, bro?
That's tech. That's tech. That's mathematicians. That's STEM. That's people that are very, very that are super intelligent and they don't have social skills, and that's why they get mad at me because they're like, "Who's this thought? Who's this crypto Twitter thought that's over here trying to talk about Bitcoin that has no tech savvy background?" I was like, "Listen, motherfucker, I got customer service experience for over 10 years. I worked with infectious disease clients. I work with very difficult people. You need somebody who can break down these complex ideas to layman's terms for regular people because they don't understand what you're talking about and they don't want to hear how you lost your virginity."
Okay, so that's the white people way of dealing with things. Let me show you uh the authentic Negro way of doing things. When somebody questions your authenticity, you tell them niggas, come say that shit to my motherfucking face. That's all you gotta say. Come say that shit to my motherfucking face. Don't explain yourself. Don't explain what you do, your credentials, no background. You say, well, let me see your credentials. Let me check your credentials. We not showing ID to the popo.
Well, I've done that to people online and they've actually shut up.
Well, I seen your Instagram the way you was hitting that bag. They better shut up.
That's me still being that's me not back in shape. That's just me, whatever. But I can switch it back and forth. I could put up. Someone said something to me, and I was like, they're like, that's not going to work in the real world. I was like, really? You want to try me? You want to be on the other side of this left hook? I don't think so. It
Was it a dude?
was a dude. It was an Indian dude.
An Indian dude?
Yeah.
Well, hell, everybody gotta lend their opinion. Did you block him?
I think I responded and blocked him. I try not to block people too much because I like the engagement. I like because then when I pitch to companies later when they want sponsored content, I was like, look at my engagement for the month.
Oh, you say they ain't got, yeah, you keep them for engagement. I can
Oh
see
yeah.
that.
I mute them, and it's the funniest thing ever because they're literally talking to a wall. So they create these other puppet accounts and more accounts, and I just think in my head, I don't say this to the crypto community because they get mad, but I'm like, keep talking shit, keep commenting on my stuff because all you're doing is bringing people to my page. There was one dude that I have a big problem with on Twitter. He made fun of one of my videos that I made, a technical analysis video that was sponsored by a company. He was trashing me, trashing me, trashing me, trashing me. All the information in it was correct. It's just I'm a female doing it. Well, it was funny that he was trashing me because I got a lot of views on that particular video. So when I wanted to go back to the company to pitch for more paid work, they signed off on it.
Oh, look at that.
And that's a trick with social media is that yeah, you're gonna get hate, yeah, people are gonna get mad at you, but just as long as you believe in your heart what you're doing is the right thing, and you have people, you have real people supporting you that like what you're doing, fuck the haters because they're not paying
I
your bills,
mean,
they're not putting food in your belly.
I, you know, I want to sit here and put some brain power to this, and but really, it's just little dick energy. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why these people in crypto get so like threatened by women coming in the tech space. You know,
But it's not just women though, because there's a lot of racial stuff that goes on too, because it's all white dudes. So they go. My One of my friends, he had posted something. He's a black dude, and he posted something. He's like, me at the next crypto conference, and it got like so much it got so much engagement, but it was like this like big buff black guy that was just like staring people down, and then all these insult dudes were like, I'm not racist, I'm not racist, and he's like, listen, like, look at, you said you dropped the N word here, you dropped the N word here. He's pulling all of it up. So I had him come on the show and we talked about it. We had a good conversation. It's freaking hilarious. But they do that with black people and with like Hispanic people. If you're not a white dude, they get mad. And
yeah,
I'm not about that libertarian, or not
it's a
libertarian,
little
about
bit.
that liberal stuff, but it's just like, come on, dude. Like, crypto was created for the people, by the people, to improve the quality of life for everybody, not just you and your ivory fucking tower. Like, shut up.
Men with small penises, um, they feel threatened easily.
Mm-hmm.
So when they see people coming into the space, they get territorial like little rats, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and they run for the corner of the wall and face outward, you know. But yeah, you had these dudes that would do that in like the Halo lobbies, the Call of Duty lobbies. They call you the N word, because they're in the safety of their own home, like they wouldn't say that actually to your face, So that stuff is, I saw it in crypto. I saw it in I dealt with it in the crypto Twitter. I dealt with it in conservative Twitter. You can't join conservative Twitter without getting called the N word at least once or twice. You know what I mean? You can't join crypto Twitter without getting some sort of racial joke.
Mm-hmm.
But those are just little penis dudes, man. These dudes, they don't really got much going for them. They don't got a girlfriend, they ain't got no money, they got nothing.
Yeah, it's just they're not paying my bills, so I don't care. Like if you're gonna get mad at me for doing my thing and for grinding and for wanting to legitimately help other people, stay
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wouldn't do no punk bitch shit like get a sock puppet account and just hide behind this anonymous thing and just talk shit to people. I couldn't do that. That's weird.
It's a different culture because I think some of where that comes from is that they were doing that like in the gaming world, which I
It's the
get.
gamer community. Yes, these are people come from the gamer community.
But
Yeah.
it's the thing that drives me crazy is actually I was something happened the other day. So I was driving up the street. I don't live in a good neighborhood, so my neighbor was pulling out. I don't even know if she was my neighbor. I don't know who the fuck she was, but she was pulling out, and I was going fast, so I stopped and I let her go out. But she was like staring me down, like she wanted to get out of the car and fight. And so I was just looking at her. I was just like, okay, like, what, are you gonna get out of your car? Like, what are you gonna do? So she pulled out and she was like just staring at me like all whatever, and then I just waved and I smiled. But when that happened, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, can you imagine if one of these dudes that online had something like that happen to them, how scared they would have been. Like,
Right.
that's just another day for me because
Yeah.
that's just what happens. It was my bad. I shouldn't have been speeding, but she wanted to get out of the car and talk to me. I would have talked to her. We would have talked. But
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, like, imagine how scared these people would have been if something like that would have happened to them.
Yeah. 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 It's wild out here, man.
So should I tell everyone goodbye and give a final thought?
Yeah. Let's do final thoughts.
My final thought is make sure to get a gift, whatever it is that you, whatever it is, make sure it comes from your heart. And just get, don't forget, don't do it last minute. If you want to eat ass, eat ass. That's your personal preference. And don't smoke crack.
um, nah, what Wendy said, everything Wendy said, I support 100%. Um, you know, my shorty actually sent me what she wanted, so I just hit the buy button on Amazon. She sent me the Amazon link, so
What does she want? Can you share with us?
yeah, some expensive pillows, man.
Well, she needs to have a good rest. It's beauty sleep.
Yeah, that's why I got them shits. You know what I'm saying? So she could stay pretty. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause she stopped being pretty, I'm out.
No, she's got your address.
I'm out. I'm out. I already told her.
Yeah, she's got your address. You guys have been together for a while. She'll find you. I'll help her find you.
Yeah, all right. Get ghosts. um, my masculinity book. I've been talking about it all week. I wrote about some of these topics. I wrote about the stripper pole. I wrote about that in my email this week. But go get my masculinity book. Link is in the description box. Sign up for my email list. Um, same website, briansharp.co. And Hotep's been told you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Hotep's tell you we got a lot to discuss. I know we got to talk about that dude that got shot in Georgia. So yeah, it's gonna be action packed.
I'll gotta tune in for that, and then I might have something to send you. I'm just gonna start sending you some things that I see that I don't
Send it.
that I don't want to talk about, but I'll let you talk about.
Yeah, send that shit. We talk about it.
All right, I will. I'll send it, and don't say I sent it to you. Just say my source.
All right, no doubt. Just make sure you put the disclaimer. Say don't say I said this. All
Okay, I'm gonna find the video and send it to you.
right, send it to me.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody in the chat, even if you don't agree with me. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all the tips, and just thank you for supporting. And make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, set alerts, and share this content.
Yeah, don't forget that like button. Subscribe before you leave.
Yeah, subscribe. Everyone needs to subscribe. Everyone, always.